Hidden deep within Siberia lies Lake Baikal. On the surface, it might just look like another large, beautiful body of water, but hidden within it is a story unlike any other. Lake Baikal is not only the deepest lake on Earth, plunging more than 1,600 meters into the ground, it is also the oldest, the clearest, and arguably the most biologically unique. It contains nearly a fifth of all the unfrozen fresh water on the planet, and much of the life inside it can't be found anywhere else. But Baikal isn't just a geological wonder, it's a mystery that stretches across millions of years and a place where science, culture, and myth all meet. Over 99% of you aren't subscribed, so please subscribe so we can hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and support me on my Patreon, where all money goes directly to my university funds. Let's begin. To understand why Baikal is so remarkable, you first need to appreciate its sheer scale. At its longest, the lake stretches 636 kilometers, roughly the distance from London to Berlin. Its width varies between 25 and 80 kilometers, meaning it covers an area about the size of Belgium. But what truly sets it apart is its depth. At its deepest point, Baikal is 1,642 meters, or more than a mile straight down. For comparison, that's deeper than the Grand Canyon. This incredible depth makes Baikal the largest freshwater lake by volume in the world. It contains about 23,000 cubic kilometers of water. That's more than all 5 of North America's Great Lakes combined. Yet Baikal isn't just vast, it's ancient. Most lakes only last a few tens of thousands of years before filling with sediment or drying up. Baikal, by contrast, has been around for 25 million years, making it the oldest lake still in existence. So why does this lake even exist? The answer lies deep beneath the surface. Baikal isn't like most lakes, formed by glaciers or rivers. Instead, it sits inside a rift valley, where tectonic plates are slowly pulling apart. The Earth's crust here is thinning and splitting, creating a massive depression. Over millions of years, water filled this depression, forming the lake we see today, and the rift is still growing. Baikal is expanding by about 2 centimeters every year, which may not sound like a lot, but in geological terms, it's significant. Eventually, tens of millions of years from now, the Baikal Rift Valley could evolve into an ocean. This rift-driven depth explains why Baikal has been able to survive for so long without filling up with sediment. Rivers constantly deposit material, but the crust beneath the lake keeps sinking, creating space for more water. But Baikal isn't just a geological phenomenon, it's also a biological one. The lake is home to more than 3,600 species of plants and animals, and about 2/3 of them are found nowhere else on Earth. The most famous is the Baikal seal, or Nurpa, the only freshwater seal species in the world. Scientists still aren't entirely sure how these seals ended up here, hundreds of kilometers from the nearest ocean. One theory is that they became trapped during an ice age, when advancing glaciers connected marine waterways to Baikal. There's also the omal fish, a staple of local diets, and the galamyanka, a strange, translucent fish that lives deep in the lake and gives birth to live young instead of laying eggs. Even the microscopic life is unique. Baikal's waters are unusually clear, so much so that in winter, when the surface freezes, you can look straight down through several meters of transparent ice. This clarity is maintained by tiny crustaceans that constantly filter the water, keeping it some of the cleanest in the world. Baikal also plays a massive role in Siberia's climate. Because of its enormous volume, it acts like a thermal reservoir, warming the surrounding land in winter and cooling it in summer. In January, when temperatures can plummet to -40 degrees, the lake begins to freeze over. By February, the ice can become more than a meter thick, strong enough to drive trucks across, but even then, cracks form in the ice sheets, sometimes running for kilometers, shifting and groaning as the lake expands and contracts. Locals have long treated these ice roads as vital winter highways, connecting remote settlements that would otherwise be cut off. For humans, Baikal has always been more than just a lake. It's been a spiritual and cultural anchor. Indigenous groups like the Buryats and Evenks have lived along its shores for centuries, weaving the lake into their traditions and legends. In their mythology, Baikal is a sacred sea inhabited by spirits and gods. In the 17th century, Russian explorers reached Baikal during their eastward expansion. By the late 19th century, the construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway linked the lake to the rest of Russia, cementing its role as a gateway to the Far East. But Baikal's remoteness has also made it a place of refuge. During World War II, Soviet industries were evacuated here, far from the front lines, and in the Soviet era, its isolation allowed scientists to study its unique ecosystems in relative peace. Yet for all we know, Baikal still holds mysteries. Its depth remains largely unexplored. Submersibles have revealed bizarre hydrothermal vents on the lakebed, where warm, mineral-rich water gushes out, features more commonly associated with deep ocean ridges than inland lakes. Some studies suggest that Baikal sediments hold climate records stretching back millions of years, offering unparalleled insights into the Earth's history. And then there are the less scientific mysteries. Locals tell stories of strange lights over the lake, unexplained disappearances, and legends of creatures dwelling in the depths. While many of these are folklore, they highlight the sense of awe Baikal inspires. Today, Baikal faces challenges. Pollution from industry, particularly pulp and paper mills built during the Soviet era, has damaged parts of the ecosystem. Overfishing and invasive species threaten native populations, and climate change is altering the patterns of ice cover, disrupting the delicate balance of life. But Baikal is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, protected by international recognition. Local activists, scientists, and governments continue to push for stronger conservation measures to safeguard this natural wonder for future generations. Lake Baikal is more than the world's deepest lake. It's a living record of the Earth's geological history, a cradle of unique biodiversity, and a place of profound cultural significance. It's a reminder that some of the planet's greatest mysteries aren't in distant galaxies or unexplored jungles, but right here, hidden beneath the surface of an ancient Siberian lake. And while Baikal is enormous, ancient, and mysterious, it's also fragile. Protecting it means preserving not just a lake, but a story that's been unfolding for 25 million years. Please subscribe and support me on my Patreon for early access to videos and more. Thanks for watching.